Right, this is a baby feeding mechanism. I have to just use my hands. I've been filling the inkjet printer, and I'm waiting for a couple of LEDs for here. I might have to drill these out a bit more actually, because I'm getting some of those things that you put LEDs in, like holders. But anyway, let's get this plugged in. This is full of about 40 millimeters of water. Well, it's on the 4 level mark. And I can find the end of this wire, this cable. And I've got it set so that it turns about every 20 seconds, so we're not having to wait too long. I'll let this go and then I'll focus in on the tip. I'll zoom in on that tip there. Now wait, see, you might see turn. It only turns a very small amount, that's all it needs, just while it's ungearing. And it's taken, there's one drop. See, there's 2 drops. There's 3 drops. Actually, it's shorter than 20 seconds, I mean about 5 seconds, so it turns a bit. 1, 2, well, turns like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, about 5 seconds I've got set to, sorry. So this would be pausing, instead of 5 seconds, it's all controllable under the Arduino Uno, which is in the box, the software, firmware, in a way that we have to call it. It's all controllable by the software, by the program, how much it feeds, how fast it feeds, how often it pauses between each droplet. Here it's about 5 seconds, as I say. So let's count them. So there's a drop 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. So it might be about 4 seconds actually. Let's count the next one. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. It's about 4 seconds I think. You can see how that's dripping down there. Let me slow down the timing a bit in the software, because I think that's a little bit quick to get a proper indication. Because you might think 1 drop's cut. I thought by putting a needle on it might, because sometimes you get like quite a drop of water on the end, but you still hear as well, it's quite a drop of water building up on the end there until it drops off. Okay, I've slowed down the timing a little bit so we can tell a bit better, because the drops were a bit on top of each other there. There's 1 drop, and it's about 7 or 8 seconds between the next drop. And go. Likewise the next drop. This doesn't want knocking while it's feeding. As you see, there's a, hopefully you can see there's a drop of water on there. But then it turns. That pushes this pusher, what I'm calling a pusher forward. This is a glow stick basically. Should be modified slightly by a printed part. Some information about this. You see, that's all controllable. I'll get a different angle for you. See how that drop of water is building up there, and then it eventually does drop off. Now, depending where you put this, you might want an air pipe actually sticking on this tube. It might just stick on that tube, I'm not sure. And then an air pipe coming up, and that going into your aquarium. Try and get in if it's turning or not. Get both in. Then when the syringe comes all the way forward, it automatically takes this pusher back. It doesn't bring the syringe back because there's no spring on the syringe or anything to pull the syringe handle back, but that's ready to take out and refill again. And you can get 120 drops out of this. Now if you're feeding 4 times a day for baby fry, using something like liquid fry, the baby food, number 2, then this should easily last quite a bit of time, about 3 weeks I think. 120 divided by 4, I can't be bothered to work it out. Well, 12, yeah, about 3 weeks. Well, about a month actually. Would obviously say it would want washing out after use. So I can't remember if I put like a bit of a back feed in this after it's fed to sort of relieve the pressure off the, I think I have. Sure I have, maybe not enough. Just to take a bit of pressure off the syringe. So then we've got forward manually on the needle there. That's a bit of a worry. Just press it once. Got a drop of water on the needle again, press it another time. Drop of water just hanging on the needle, and if I tap it, that'll come off. So that is an issue. Press it again. Get one drop, and then it might actually do it under the timer, because as soon as I let go of this, the timer takes over. Same with the unfeed. I can unfeed it. You might see this going backwards. Hopefully you can see that slowly, but it is going backwards. It goes backwards, pauses a bit each drop, so it's done 1 drop at a time. Rewind. So that's relieving the pressure on here. We're still getting a drop of water on there. Now I have to like allow that to build up the pressure again. I'll do that. I'll take it round up again, and then I'll let go of it so that it's on the timer. But now we have manual control over it, and it remembers the position all the time. Well, it stores the position all the time, so it knows where it is. So long as you fill it full of 4 milliliters of liquid, that is. So manually pressing the button, no timer control. There we go. Is that it? Let's do one more feed. Oh, it's come to the end. See, it's come to the end of its limit there, and it's automatically detected that, and it's unwinding, and it's taking the pusher back up. Let's see the pusher actually moving there, going backwards. See, it doesn't like take the syringe back up, but it allows you to thingy the syringe. So it's automatically, as you see, sensed there that was at the end, and then it's ready for you to like refill the syringe, go up to the 4 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4 with your liquefy, and Bob's Wrinkle. I'll come back when I've done the LEDs. These will probably I'll just probably tell them to light when the button's pressed or when it's feeding, and I'll probably have them flash or something when there's some sort, when it comes to the end, or I haven't decided what to have under that. But basically you can see that it is working. There's a bit of a worry that we get a drop of water hanging on the end there, and even if I do relieve the pressure on here, because it's not pulling the syringe back, it's not actually sucking that back in. So I'm going to be looking at that bit of an issue there. But basically that works okay at this stage. And when it's come back there, it just stops. The whole program stops, so it gives you a chance to refill it, and then you have to reset it by plugging it in, unplugging it, plugging it back in. Let me plug it back in. There we go. and then it'll be under timer control unless you press the buttons. But once you release the buttons, it goes back under timer control. Right.